Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my garage. My name is Christian, and today we've got a special episode on making a field knife for a Marine Corps officer out of this. And what this is a piece of Damascus steel. It's 1084 and 15N20 steels mixed together, smashed into an amazing steel. Now, what it's gonna do for us is give us a nice design. Josh Howard was nice enough to send this to me, so go ahead and check out his Instagram and his Facebook page. Go ahead and go check him out. But thanks, Josh, for this amazing Damascus steel. The special thing about this billet right here is I have no idea how or what design Josh put into it. So, that being said, it's gonna be a pretty amazing job. Let's kick into it. All right, as you can see, here's the design that we're gonna go with. This is a tactical knife made for field environments for the Marine Corps. So overall, it's about 8 inches long, and let's go ahead and transfer this onto this. Now what I've done here is I've gone inside to my arts and crafts section because I have 3 little girls. And I've stolen a piece of glue stick, a little Elmer's glue. So a lot of people use spray-on glue. Well, I don't have any spray-on glue today. So all I'm gonna do is take this, rub it here. And then guess what? Stick the paper on. Boom. Easy day. It's almost like a knife already. Very, very dull knife. All right, let's drill some holes.
Okay, so all I'm going to do here is drill the holes for the pins. And I'm also going to do a little bit of weight reduction here, drill multiple holes. You can see them at the very end. All it's going to do is reduce the weight. And then I'm going to take a counter bore here and just make everything nice and level and flat so that we don't have an issue with the scales.
Okay, we have finished all the way up to the basic design of this blade. Now what I'm going to do next, you already see that I've painted a little bit of red. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and mark out my bevel lines, as well as I've already taken here and marked out the center edge. And all I did, I have 2 lines there, you might be able to see it, but I have 2 lines there, so that way I don't actually go down to a 0 degree. Well, I've got those double lines there for a reason, specific reason. It's gonna help us out later. Now let's go ahead and grind in some bevels.
I was like, you know, since you already have the bobs made.
Oh, she does?
Well, it says, do you want meats or sides? And I had put sides.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
She probably thinks, who's she?
Bad word.
We did the main meal the other day.
How much do you have left on that one?
I'm gonna do the bevels. So I need to do these bevels here, and the other side, and then I can take a break for the day.
Is that
not for the day, until tonight. Yes. So the camera is rolling.
Is that the Damascus finally?
Yes.
Oh wait, is it rolling right now?
Yeah, it's on.
I'm sleeping in your
Yes.
Where are your... Here.
I'm working right here.
Okay, one side done. You can see I just ground just to that line. Now I gotta do the other side.
Okay, so we have the basic bevels in. They're 36 grit. I did not take them up to the grind line, as you can see right here, because I don't want to cross that line really with the 36 grit, because as soon as I go up to the higher belt, it's just going to push that line even more. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup here, make it look a little bit more nice and pretty. But other than that, oh, look at those bevels. Not bad. And guess what? Yes, I'm using a jig because I'm not that comfortable with freaking hand beveling yet. But that looks good. Now, while I'm putting this together, I can tell you the reason why I do a little bit of surface conditioning prior to heat treating. It's because I've figured out that all that scale that gets on the heat treat gets into these grooves of the 36 to 80 to 60. I mean, just gets in there, and it's very hard to actually make your knife really nice and shiny afterwards. It takes a lot of time. So what I do is I go ahead and do this, get out all those lines. That way it's just a little bit easier for me to do some more cleanup later.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Look at that bevel. All right, so we're ready for the heat treat. I've already hand sanded all the way up to 220 grit just to get those nice rough lines out of the blade. We're ready to go into the fire and then into the quench, which is gonna harden our blade. Now, first what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to normalize. So it's 1084 steel mixed with 15N20. All right, so the majority of it is 1084 steel. Now, Josh has hit and pounded and folded and all of this stuff so many times to make this Damascus. Really, any steel needs to go through a normalizing process. Now, what it's going to do is all the molecules and all the grain structure and everything that's inside the steel right now is just out of whack. So imagine like a really bad hair day, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to take all of that and we're going to put it back into the structure by heating it up to 1600 degrees Fahrenheit, letting it soak for about 4 minutes, and then taking it out, letting it air cool back down to black and magnetic. We're going to do that a total of 3 times before we actually lower the temperature down to 1500 degrees Fahrenheit and then quench it in 130 degree oil. Hopefully I didn't lose you there, and this is the most critical portion of the actual blade making process, because if you don't do it right, there's no point in having this blade. We're gonna do it right.
Well, that's part 1. Kick back, relax, wait for part 2. Enjoy.